Hello guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here with Teresa and you're highly welcome. So over here I talk about lifestyle, faith and football. On today's video I'll be talking about 5 things to learn from that incredible thriller between Manchester United and Liverpool in the quarter-final rounds of the Emirates FA Cup. Let's go. So I know that the weekend is over, but the excitement is not going anywhere soon because such an exhilarating match from both titans. Taking our number 1 spot is United resilience. In big games, our opening pressure has not always been our problem, but the sustenance of it is. Starting big games well and plying our opponents with pressure after pressure is not usually where we get it wrong. It's actually sustaining that pressure. Take for example our game against City, Arsenal, or even this Liverpool game. We couldn't sustain the pressure, and most times we end up considering 2-3 goals that are not really a reflection of how well we actually played the game, and that's simply because we are far too overrun and outdwelled with this current United team. But that was not the case in this FA Cup clash. We had a good base with physicality which the rest of the team was built upon, and so therefore we had actions, draws and tackles flying all around in this game, which lifted up the atmosphere of the game. Those players covered the ground of that pitch till the very last minute, and I give them kudos for that. Even when Liverpool had majority of the possession in second half, we kept our cool, we defended well, because we knew that all it would take would be just one moment, one chance, one opportunity taken, and we'll be back in the tie. By the way, kudos to Onana. I think he was excellent in this match. Barring the 2 goals he considered from wicked deflections, he could have had a very good game. He did have a very good game, and I think he has grown into the United shirt, into his number 1 role over the past few months, especially if you consider what he went through at the beginning of the season, all the howlers and goals he considered in the first half of the season. So very good, big kudos to him, and this is even reflective of his performance in Premier League, because he's joined second in the Premier League on clean sheet, having faced the second most shots in the Premier League. That's something to build upon. So a round of applause for Onana. Oftentimes I've also questioned the mental energy and strength of this team, but that was not to be found in this game. There is no one that can question the mental energy of those players. They brought their A game, they brought their mental resilience to this game, and it showed. For the 120 minutes they played that game, it showed. Their mental resilience were out of it. Special shout out to Diogo Dalot, because I think he's one of our most improved players this season. In fact, he's our most improved player this season, and I'm gunning for him for the Player of the Year awards. Then you could also see Aaron Bissaka, who just came back and had his first game after 2 matches. That performance against Salah, you cannot believe that he had not played a competitive game in 2 months. Those players were right there on par and mental energy with Liverpool. I think most of the times about that game, we wanted that game more, and it showed. It showed in the way we defended, it showed in the way we played, it showed in our runs, it showed in the way we covered pitches, it showed in the way we won duels, first duel, second duels. It freaking showed. There are games where I will question their mental energy, games where they give up too quick, but not in this game. So for that, I think we've learned that when push comes to shove, United truly have the resilience to go all for it. Now on to number 2. I think the second thing we learned in this game was Bruno's leadership. Some of you have called Bruno's leadership into question because he complains and moans a lot in games to referees. But whine all you want, complain all you want about Bruno or about his leadership, but leadership is an action word and Bruno is leadership. Can you imagine that he played 30-35 minutes in CB position for the remainder of that game, helping us secure a win, defending pressures from Liverpool without putting a single foot wrong? So I don't care what you want to talk but leadership is Bruno, and Bruno is leadership, because that is one. You see, Bruno is one player you want in your team. He is that one guy that is going to give you 110% every freaking time. Is your team bad? Bruno is there. Is your team good? Bruno is there. When your teammates are down, Bruno is there to lift their head up. If you watch the replays, you'll see when Rashford missed that last minute winner that could have taken us into the quarterfinals without extra time, Bruno went to cheer him up, like raise your head up. Even when Ahmad was sent off, Bruno was there. Like, Bruno is that one person you want in your team. I don't care. I freaking don't care. There are very few captains right now in the world that would give you the effort that Bruno is giving you. There are very few. Bruno gives you effort, Bruno gives you dedication, Bruno gives you composure. He might not be the best right now. He's not. In fact, why we're complaining is because Bruno has set the bar so far high that Bruno has set the bar so far high that even when he's being average, it's regarded as him being so poor. With no doubt, this season, Bruno can be called into question for his creativity, his creative returns and contributions to the team. But I don't think his leadership can be called into question. Not with this game and not ever. And that's just on period. Hello guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's another day, but we are still on the same topic. 5 things we learned from Manchester United versus Liverpool FA Cup Semi-final. So let's go. The third thing we learned is magnificent Menu. Unreal, phenomenal, magnificent. I don't think there are enough adjectives to describe him. You know when you want to apply for a job and they tell you employee are wanted, 18 years of age but with 20 years experience. Menu is who they are looking for. Kobe Menu is the man for the job. Do you need someone with 20 years experience? Menu is the man for the job. Do you need someone that is young, agile and composed? Menu is the man for the job. Like, Menu is so composed, his composure is so out of this world that there are very few youngsters that can play in a chaotic team as Manchester United and be good. When Manchester United has bad games, Menu is good. Like, do you know what it means for the rottenness of a United team to not rub off on a player even on their worst days? Must be magical, man. England list is out. I think it's preposterous that Gareth Southgate did not originally include Kobe Menu in the 25-man England list for this international break. Because come on, which other midfielder is as good as Menu right now? Which 8? Which 6-8? Which midfielder that plays in the 6/8 row that is as good as Kobe Menu right now? Name them. Is there any? By the way, one midfield duo I would want to see in action is Bellingham and Menu. I tweeted that some time ago that I would love to see a midfield combination of Menu and Bellingham. And oh my god, if England should give me that during this international break, I'll go to church for Thanksgiving. I wish I can see them regularly in a team, but I think I would take what I can get from a national team. If I can't get them in club football on a regular, I think I'll take what I can get from them from national team. So Southgate, please, I need a combination of Menu and Bellingham in your midfield. Please, at least for 30 minutes. That being said, Menu played about 80 minutes in that game and he was so composed. Like, he literally composed our midfield. It was the glue that held our midfield together. For me, I think we're underutilizing Menu. I would love to see him grow or be more utilized in an 8 role, like in that box to box midfield role, because he has the flair, he has the composure, he's press resistant. Like, Manchester United just need a solid defensive midfielder in partnership with Menu, and we'll have the midfield to beat. I don't care what the 10 is going to do. I don't care what the creativity is going to do. But give me a solid defensive midfielder in partnership with Menu. And oh Lord, I think our midfield game is settled. If you like, play Bruno in 10 or play Mount in 10 or play Eriksen in 10 or even play, I don't care which 10 you get and play in that role. But just give me a base of a 4 and Kobe Menu. Oh Lord, my God. Woo! It will be like smoky jollof rice. Not the clan rice, but smoky Nigerian party jollof. I hope we do some summer business for a defensive midfielder, because Menu needs to grow into that 8 role. But that aside, he's a fantastic player. I don't think there are many players his age that can deliver what this guy is delivering, especially for an underperforming Manchester United team. That being said, he is world class. He's talent. He's going places. Back to number 4, the fourth thing we learned was youthful brilliance. In this game, we had the definition of youth, courage, success. From Garnacho to Menu to Diogo Dalot to crown it up to Ahmad. What more do you want? Like, the youngsters were at work, they came out, they showed forth and they showed out. You know, when you show forth and you show out, that was what our youngsters did. I heard that Garnacho was nursing a hamstring injury and trained only twice that week before that game, but yet he did not play like someone that had an injury. He did not play like someone that had a hamstring nickel. Like, that is youthful brilliance at its peak. Is Garnacho, Menu, and Ahmad. The combination of those three. I think our future is in safe hands, especially if you see that picture they posted of Garnacho, Menu, Ahmad, and Kwambala. Our future is in safe hands. Manchester United future is in safe hands. But in that game, we saw youthful brilliance at its peak. We saw youth, we saw courage, we saw success. They were out, they came, they showed forth and they showed out. They played with their heart, they played with their energy, they played with so much zeal. Garnacho was literally running for 120 minutes non-stop. Garnacho is one of the reasons we got back in those games. Those his runs, always terrorizing the lines, was one of the reasons we got back in that game. Whenever Garnacho had the ball with him or on his feet, you just knew that something was going to happen. I'm so thankful he got his assist for the game. And so other players, they showed forth. Like Menu, I said, he's magnificent. He dominated the midfield that you never knew that he was the youngest on that pitch. He was the youngest on that pitch. And Ahmad came forth, and Ahmad gave us something we've been lacking in some of our forwards, which was tracking back and pressing from behind, like pressing with front foot from your box, being aware of your position, because the 2 goals we scored were from Ahmad winning the ball, from pressing on your opponent at the right time, at the right position, even when we're without the ball, and also tracking back, because the winning goal he scored was one from our half, from Liverpool's position. And so, like, kudos to Ahmad. He came in at 85 minutes and put some 20-minute shift, and it was an excellent 20-minute shift. And see, if there was one way for you to tell the manager that you deserved to play, Ahmad's performance was it. Ahmad's performance is the definition of I deserve to play. That was it. Like, I've always said that there is no need for you complaining or whining on social media as a player. Whine and complain on the pitch. Show us what you've got on the pitch. You play a bad game and you lose. I don't want long apologies on social media. Apologize with your performance on the pitch. Ahmad was it. Ahmad, we've been clamoring for Ahmad to have more game times, but Ahmad showed the manager why he deserves more game time. And I think now, after the international break, I'm so sure Erik ten Hag is going to be having selection headaches, selection nightmare concerning Ahmad. But that being said, I'm hopeful that his time comes at Manchester United. He can grow into a fantastic player. Hopeful for what the future has for him. But aside from our youthful brilliance, I'll also give a shout out to all our players. They played their heart out on that pitch. Diogo Dalot has been fantastic all season. I think he's our player of the year. His improvement is beyond charts. His mental energy is beyond charts. And that's why what Ronaldo spoke about him is so resounding. He's one person that has that high mental energy, and he shows in his play, he shows in his attitude, it shows on the pitch for him, week in, week out. Diogo Dalot will give you 100% of his efforts. Also, Wan-Bissaka, I think he needs a special shout out, because you would never believe that he just came back from 2 months injury to put up that performance against Mohamed Salah. Like, there is no doubt that in the league right now, as recent as 12 months back, previously, before, and probably in the nearest future, there is no defender in English Premier League right now that is as good as Wan-Bissaka on 1-versus-1 defending. There is no one. And it is not a cap, it is a fact. He has week in, week out performance to back it. He has stats to back it. I think if we want to talk about 1v1 defending, a picture of Wan-Bissaka should just be there. It's just the definition of it right now. He has always been, but that game was just a reminder of what it has always been. So, And last but not least, the fifth thing we learned from this FA Cup quarter-final game between Manchester United and Liverpool was devotion. One for all for one. Like I have said before, those players, they played their hearts out on the pitch. Everybody played for each other. I know at times Manchester United work rate, their loyalty, their desire, their passion has been called into question, asking if they are playing for themselves or if they are playing for the manager. I don't know who they played for that day, but I know they played for me. They played for you, and it showed on the pitch. So one for all for one. They played for themselves, they played for us, the fans, they played for the manager, they played for their rights, they played for bragging rights, they played for pride, they played for putting a bubble into a club's quadruple, and it came to pass. Oh yes. So that was that. I think everybody had a great shift in that game. Scott was running, even though I know Scott could have had at least 2 goals in that match. Everybody had a great shift. Like, everybody put in a shift. They knew that what it would take would be a shift from everyone, and everyone definitely put in their shift. Even Rasmus Højlund, that was just coming back from injury, he put in his shift. His older play as usual. I don't think anybody can talk trash about his older play and his contribution to that team. Everybody literally put in their shift. Anthony put in a shift at left back for us. Bruno Fernandes put in a shift at CB for us. Harry Maguire put in a shift at centre forward for us. So everybody literally put in a shift. Onana put in a shift in goal by giving us saves after saves. Good saves for that matter. And God put in a shift to all of us for saving our asses. Yeah. So I think that was that for the 5 things we learned from Manchester United and Liverpool. I'm looking forward to summer. I hope this game can build the remainder of our seasons. I lied. It's been 2 games after Liverpool game and international break has ended, and our season is getting worse. It is getting worse. We drew with Brentford, and now we've just lost to Chelsea. And we have a game with Liverpool soon again. Obviously, I'll be back to tell you what we learned from that game again. We have about 6-7 games left. I hope it can define what our season is. Probably lead us to a charge for European place. If Champions League place is possible, we would thank God. But if it's not, we would look towards Europa League. But at the end of the day, I feel like what we should be more focused on is our off-the-pitch performance, our off-the-pitch attitude, and our summer. We should be looking more towards our summer. We should be looking to offload some players, get in some players, offload some less quality, get in more quality. And for once, please, we should be looking towards doing our summer business early. I just hope we can do it, especially with the Euros coming up this summer. I hope we can get our business done early, because I am tired of Manchester United always crossing over the line on deadline day and dragging issues left, right and center. Even at that, I think we should be heading somewhere, not just somewhere, but heading in the right direction at least, and that means getting our business done quickly. So until next time, I'll see you for my next review. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video if you found it helpful. And if you want more videos like this, I also post videos on lifestyle and faith content, so you might be interested.